one of the most important tools that I have in my studio are practice canvases. What do I mean by that? A practice canvas is either a canvas on stretcher bars or paper that I have at the ready that is specifically meant to practice things, problem solve, and to troubleshoot. So many times if I'm working on a painting, if I'm only working on one, I'm too tempted to overwork it, and then I end up blowing past it and losing what I had, and it's so frustrating. So how do I counteract that? I have practice canvases at the ready, in hand's reach. At least one, if not more than one. Right now I have 3. So these surfaces are not earmarked for a specific show or a specific subject matter. They're simply for me to practice one. And they are a hot mess. They're intended to be so. One of the things that I love to do is I love to paint energy, dynamic movement. I love to infuse all of that atmosphere and motion into the expressive way that I paint. But I didn't start out of the gate knowing how to do that. I'm self-taught painter, so I had to teach myself, what does my version of dynamic movement look and feel like? Over the years, I've really fine-tuned that, and I know exactly how to physically paint in a way that pleases me and connects to my point of view. One of the tips that I've learned, and I'm going to share with you, is that if you're working with a lot of lines in your painting, the closer together that you place them, the faster the brain interprets that, and it creates a bit of movement. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So on this surface, you can see these black lines that are close together. They convey movement more so than these areas. These, you're going to slow down a little bit more because your brain wants to connect the lines. Boom, 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 boom. If you think about weather maps, and when a storm's coming in and the winds are faster, the lines on that map close together. Boom, boom, boom. So if I take a brush and I load it and I place that line here, you're going to notice that because one, you've got contrast, but it's going to pause. You're going to stop. You're going to spend some time here. But if I want to move this line, or if I want to move your eyes when it lands here, then I need to lead. I need to lead your eyes in a direction. One way to do that is by placing lines close together, side by side. Now, if I come in and overlap, right? If I blow through the visual distance between these, it's going to slow things down. So I want to make sure I don't do that. But even underlying, even brushing through these edges and distorting this and deconstructing this, it still gives the illusion that it's moving more so than this. Put another one, put another one, put another one. And if you really want to get wild and crazy, you start really breaking it apart. Lines close together on the picture plane, on the surface, can create movement, especially when you're pairing that with blends and some deconstructed use of pigment. It's a simple thing to consider, but guess what? You got to practice how to do that so it's believable and you have confidence. You have line confidence. How are you going to practice doing that so that you can take that concept and idea and apply it to how you're painting? You need a practice canvas. And you need a practice canvas that typically is the same size as the size that you want to paint. Because if I'm over here and I'm thinking about this and I'm practicing on this size, when I go to actually paint a painting this size, I'm going to feel confident doing that because I've got my body movement, my muscle memory, and I've had practice on that substrate. If I'm only practicing in an art journal that's 4 inches by 4 inches, I can do it, but I'm going to have a bit more of an awkward transition when I scale up and scale my tools up. I'm going to be teaching these concepts on March 1st and 2nd at Spiva Arts Center in Joplin, Missouri. I'm teaching Shifting Inertia, and it's a 2-day workshop. Do you have to be a professional painter to take that workshop? No, you don't. It's for any painter that wants to learn specific skills on how to loosen up, how to add more dynamic energy into your work, and how to take, still lifes and ordinary shapes and objects and structures and manipulate the atmosphere around them, or actually cause those objects to move, manipulating paint and pigment. I'm going to teach you how to do that. It's going to be a fun workshop. If you want more information, shoot me a message, but I cannot wait. It's a simple tip, lines close together, speeds things up. Try it, and if you do, tag me and want to see what your process is and what your outcome was.